Good morning, guys. We are back, and this week we are talking about agency and why you need a real estate agent. There are several types of agencies, but we're going to talk about seller's agency and buyer's agency and why do you need representation at the table. So let's think about it like a lawyer. If you had a big court case coming up that was very important, that may have that's going to yield you millions of dollars, or let's even say thousands of dollars, whether you're going to be on the hook to pay it or receive it. So would you go to court without representation? Even though I know there are some people that says, yes, I would, most likely you would not go to court without representation. And here's why. Because a lawyer is paid to work for your best interest. A lawyer has years and years of education. They know license law. They know law. So they know, depending on what kind of case it is, if it's criminal, if it's a civil case or what have you, they know the different types of law in the rules and regulations that apply to your case. And that is why they get paid to represent you in the best way and to protect your interests. They also stay up to date with those laws. As we know, as time changes, laws change, things are tweaked. And so they are up to date on the latest laws and regulations to work on your behalf. So that is why you hire a lawyer. You trust them. You know that they know what they're talking about. They're educated. They know the loopholes. They know the ins and outs of their business. So that is why you hire them to protect you. And many times it's in your best interest, but also it can cost you drastically if you do not have a lawyer who is working for you, who knows what they're doing. So it's the same in real estate. We have various types of agency, but we're going to speak today about seller agency and buyer's agency and why it's so important. We spoke a little bit before about for sale by owners and why it's so important for them to work with an agent on their behalf. When you have when you have a real estate agent that works for you and you're on the selling side, you're listing a home, your agent is able to expand the reach of the market to the audience that you're able to sell to. So that means you're going to reach more people than you would on your own. Also, you're going to have to pay fees to sign up to list your home on some of these services and sites that you want to sell your home on. Also, an agent can work through the paperwork. They can work on your behalf. They can negotiate with the buyer's agent to make sure that they are getting you the most for your money. They can navigate through all the paperwork and they can make sure that they try to sell your home in fewer days for the most money. And we've said before in a previous video that really having a seller agent really does, and it's listing agent on our side, but for your comprehension, having a listing agent really does save you money in the long run and also sells your house for more. And there are studies and numbers and everything to back up that data. So it really does benefit you as the seller to have an agent represent you. So let's look at the buyer side. Why would you need an agent to represent you on the buyer side? Well, for one, when you go to someone who is selling their home, and let's say they do have an agent, that agent does not work for you. That agent has the best interest of the seller. They do not have your best interest. So they are not going to help you negotiate a deal to make sure that you are getting the best deal. They are working on behalf of the seller to make sure that they get the best deal. Although that agent is taxed with having to tell you any things like latent defects or anything that they know of about the home, they are required to disclose that information to you. However, they represent the seller and they are looking out for the seller. Whereas if you had a buyer's agent, we are tasked to look out for the buyer. You know, we make sure that your needs are being met. If you need to buy the home within so many days, we can negotiate that for you. If you want to negotiate furniture in the price of the home, if you want to negotiate the price of the home because let's say you see some things that you're going to have to repair, we can do all of that for you, as well as navigate all of the timelines that's going to be involved once you go under contract, making sure that the inspections get done, everything is done on time, pushing and coordinating with the lenders, making sure that all the paperwork, everything is being processed so that you do not forgo your earnest money or forgo your earnest money because these things, deadlines have not been met. And so that's why it's important to have a buyer agent working for you on your behalf, because we make sure, and just like a lawyer, we are up to date on the latest laws in our industry. We also take license law. We also keep up to date with the economy, the interest rates, the feds, everything. So we also are tasked to make sure that we're looking out for your best interest, but also that we're staying on top of the industry. We know what's going on with the industry. We know when you're in a situation, whether it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, and when you have more negotiating power. So it's very important that you make sure that no matter what side of the transaction you're sitting on, whether you're listing or you are buying, that you have a agent represent you. Even if it's not me, you must have an agent represent you. That is how important it is. I would not send my family members out to buy homes or sell homes without an agent, and I wouldn't want you to go out there and sell a home or buy a home without an agent. It is very important that you have someone at that table that is representing your best interest. And also we have an eye to see different things that you may not see, that we can bring to your attention. And that is why it's very important that you have someone represent you at that table. So again, this is Irish Fishback with Maximum One Realtor Partners. Subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.